This is Hank for the Wildflower Bee Farm, May 26, 2021. This is the St. Robert's School Hive. Now look at the different bees, different types of bees in the hive. Now this is a swarm that came in and took up residence. Now look at the different shade on that bee. It looks like we have all kinds of different species or types of bees here. What could they be? Look at that one's even a bit larger, it seems, than the other bees. So you can see the different shades. Now we know that there could be three types of bees here. The first is the traditional Italian bees. They have that lighter brown sort of pigment on their bodies. And then it could be the carniolans, or carnies they're called, which has the darker sort of color on their abdomen. And the other is the European dark bee, which is somewhat rare today, but is larger in size, and it looks like we may have a few of those. So a big question comes up. First of all, this swarm came in about 3 or 4 days ago, maybe 5 days ago, to take up residence in the log hive here. And right now they're working away at the entrance. They will be sort of chewing away, making it smoother for them to come in. And they'll also start laying down propolis, where they'll be walking in to disinfect their feet. Because remember, when the bees go out, they go into different plants, different flowers, and even go get water. They want to make sure they don't bring any pathogens or bacteria into the hive. So they actually put propolis all around the entrance. And they're working on the entrance right now to make it easier to land and wind resistance. And they have all kinds of ways to do what they're doing. So they'll be collecting. Remember, when they come into this log hive, there's no comb. There's no wax for the queen to start laying eggs or for them to store any pollen or nectar. So the first thing they have to do is they have to work on the entrance and protect the hive. But then they have to go out and get nectar so that they can start making wax, building wax comb. And that's what they're doing inside the hive. Now you can see these, it looks like we do have some dark European bees, because some of them that come in do look somewhat larger, and the others look like they're carnies. The majority do seem to be of the European Italian variety. Now you might ask yourself, well, how is it possible that one family of bees that swarms has different subspecies, I guess, of bees within that swarm? Well, there's a couple of explanations. I'm going to put a link where you can go, and if you really want to dig down into this research, you can do that and find out how this is possible, that a queen can actually lay eggs of bees that become different types of bees. They could be carnies in the same hive with Italians, and even it looks like perhaps some European darker shaded bees. Now you want to look at this online, and you want to do some research and sort of come up with some ideas, because each of these bees species, subspecies, has a very different personality, different ability to withstand temperature changes and problems with honey and all of that. So we will keep track of this hive, the St. Robert's School Hive, to keep an eye on just what's happening. Now you see all the fuzzy stuff, sort of the fuzzy fur around some of the abdomens. That just means they're younger bees. So there's a significant amount of younger bees here, as well as older bees, and the different species. Remember, we have a sensor in this hive that picks up temperature and also picks up humidity and movement. And we know from our technology that this hive is fairly active throughout the day. And during the evening, however, they're not walking around as much on the bottom of the hive. They're probably taking more care of the comb and the queen. So back to the first question. Why are there so many different types of bees? In this case, there could be up to 3 or a version of 3 bees, different types or subspecies in this hive. Are they half sisters? If you see some drones, are they half brothers? Or how did we get to this point? Now I'll attach a sort of a scientific article on the blog at wildflowerbeefarm.com. You can have a look at that. But when you're looking at your own hives, if you have hives, or if you're looking at flowers and looking at the different bees that might come and visit, have a look at the shade of their abdomen and see if you can identify what type of bees you actually have coming to visit. In this case, I'll keep this running till about the 5-minute mark and have a look and see if you can sort of identify the different species or subspecies of bees, whether it be carnies, as they're called, or Italian bees, or perhaps even a subspecies of a European type of bee. So I'm Hank from the Wildflower Bee Farm. You have an amazing week, and again, congratulations to St. Robert's School for their new hive here that we've named after them, and we'll keep following it and putting up different videos on how it's doing. Mr. McGarry, you have an amazing day, and all the students amazing to you back, and we'll continue to follow this hive for you. Have an amazing week.